Hi, I'm Rin from OK4Wheel Drive, and today we're going to be going over our 2026 Ineos Grenadier. We're going to tell you what's different on the 2026 model, what specs we did differently this time versus our 2024, and what we have planned for this build. Some of the changes for 2026 include new headlights. We noticed that there's two rings now on the headlight. One's the DRL and one's the blinker. The DRL no longer goes out when you turn the blinker on, and the high beam optic is redesigned to have like 5 LEDs in there, like with a little bit of a different design. They seem brighter, but we haven't really compared it, to our 2024. Improved turning radius. I don't know if it's just changing the turn stops, but you do get a little bit more turning radius out of it. And the HVAC system has been redesigned, which is really nice. It seems a little bit more intentional. One of the biggest complaints with the Grenadier is the wheel not returning to center. This feels a little bit better. I don't know if it's a different steering stabilizer setup. We put it up on our alignment rack to run the numbers. It was around 1.5 degrees of caster, which is consistent with 24 and 25 model years. We were able to squeeze about 2.4 out of it. So no improvements to caster there. It also looks like if you were to get any more out of that, you'd be running into a driveline issue with that front shaft. So unfortunately, no changes there. On this 2026, we made a couple changes from our 2024 spec. One of the big changes is the white roof. So IUCAB is going to start offering the Salinas in Scottish white, which is really cool. It's a lot like the Icarus conversion. It's more OEM look, so we're really excited for that. With that on the roof, we ordered the Safari windows. That extra space given by that cutout for the window will actually be really nice to mount a molly panel. We also make a mini shelf that will go in there. So it just feels like a more dynamic interior with that piece. Other changes we did were the snorkel. It does look like a bucket, but it's the same one I have on my Defender. Once we add that roof conversion, which adds about 5 inches to that roof line, it's gonna absorb that pretty well, we think. So for this build, we have a couple different things planned in our 2024. Starting with the suspension, Almanimu finally released the BP51 system. We've kind of searched for a good shock for this truck. We've ran multiple different options, but BPs have always been one of our go-tos, so that's really nice. We run them on everything from Toyotas to Defenders. Looking forward to that. We also are going to be doing a power brake upgrade on this truck, which is really cool because it fits behind the stock steel wheel, which we plan on running. Our other truck, we changed wheels, but they just get beat up too quick, and the steel wheel holds up really well. It kind of has that classic look, and the fact that the brake kit will fit behind it is kind of a no-brainer. For the interior, we're going to be doing a GP Factor 4 system. It'll have a couch, kitchen, and fridge, right naturally with a 60-liter fridge setup, very similar to our 2024. And then we'll have the new production jet pack on the back for heating. And then on the roof, we'll end up doing a 300-watt sunflare setup with a Starlink pin. On the front, we're gonna mix it up a little bit from our current truck. Instead of mounting a set of aftermarket lights in the fog light openings, you're kind of limited because it's hung on plastic and you're limited to size. The Baja Bull Bar from GP will actually mount 2 LP9s in that same place, which is basically all the lighting you'll ever need on a truck like this. And you're not kind of confined to, hanging it on that plastic grill. So that'll be a nice upgrade.
Thanks for checking out our 2026 Ineos build. Check back on our YouTube series to kind of watch this build take shape and where we take this truck.